What's going on, Night Owls? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that everybody is having a wonderful evening. If you're still up like me, I had a whole lot of coffee, but it's good because I'm bringing the people new content. So Shaquille O'Neal, shout out to Shaq. He is on his podcast and he has a direct message for RG3 in regards to, I don't know if you guys saw the meme that he was posted or reposted where it depicted Angel Reese as a monkey. Very, disrespectful, dehumanization. That's just a played out, racist trope, right? And so RG3, he was discussing it and he retweeted it on his, Twitter account, X account, whichever you want to call it, and under the guise of trying to act like, he was, I guess, supposedly advocating for or, saying how wrong it was. But if you guys know anything about RG3, and Ryan Clark has had to get him together several times, he is not an advocate or a protector or an ally of Black women, right? And he has had a whole lot of smoke um, for Angel Reese, just a pattern of just, you know, behavior that's just been disgusting. So I'm so glad to see that Shaq, has finally said enough is enough. So he has a direct message for RG3. I want you guys to hear directly from Mr. O'Neal himself. I'll give some commentary at the end.
Speaking of man, RG3 tweet another monkey post about my girl Angel Reese and punch in your fucking face. Okay? It's enough. Like, I don't usually do stuff like this, but just stop it, bro. You got your job, you got your podcast, leave my Angel Reese alone. I'm the one calling her and telling her not to respond. Fucking stop it. That's the last time. Okay? Thank you. It's not real hate. If you look around what's going on in this real country, that's hate. This is sports. I'm not supposed to like you. It's a shame that all the stuff you did in your life, you're going to be remembered for your podcast. You're going to be remembered for your podcast. That should tell you you're not that fucking great. I don't want to be remembered for Shaq's good podcast. I do not. Like, leave those girls alone. You already spoke on it. Let it go. So what? He hates us. So fucking what? I hate you now. I'm messing with her. Now what? Say something about me. But she's not going to respond because I'm the one calling her and be like, baby, keep it classy. Because she's not soft by any means. You're from the streets. But I'm like, you're beautiful. Don't indulge with these fools. Because he's a fool. You don't even have G14 classification to say that. I would respect it more if Lisa Leslie said it. Like, that's your category. Stay out of them people's category. Okay, you're sports, whatever you do, you talk about sports, but bro, you don't need to be going deep. Y'all can go deep. Y'all females, y'all understand what that's like. If he hates us, so what? Mind your business. Like, I don't mind you doing your job, saying what, but don't pick on that little girl. Because guess what? I'm a protector. Now pick on me. You pick on me, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face.
Well, there it is, right? Finally, we have a. First of all, I'm not condoning any violence, but Shaquille O'Neal, he stood on business and he said what he said. And it's good to see, an older, seasoned athlete come out in support of Angel Reese. She's still in her early 20s. You know what I mean? She's been getting heat ever since she was playing for Louisiana. Shout out to LSU when, she did the John Cena hand in response to Caitlin Clark. See, Caitlin started it, but Angel Reese finished it. And I feel like ever since then, they've been pitting these two, and they're both, amazing basketball players, but they've been pitting these two women against each other, very young women, rookies in the game. So I'm glad to see that Shaq is like, look, RG3, he has a pattern of disgusting behavior, speaking against Black women, specifically Angel Reese. She's somebody who is hot right now. She's at the top of her game. And a lot of people are, seeking her downfall. And it's unfortunate, but, it is what it is. RG3, like Shaq said, I haven't heard this much about him while he was still playing sports. And, Shaq said that that means your game, you weren't that great, right? I feel like a part of him is probably jealous of the fact that Angel Reese is so popular. She's so young, she's so talented, and some people have said that RG3 is, self-hating. I don't know the dude that well. But as Shaq said, I only know him for his podcast and not in a positive light. I haven't heard anything positive coming from RG3 or his podcast. Ryan Clark had to get him together previously about speaking on Angel Reese. And his wife was in the background, nodding her head and doing all these things. And it's just like, for what? She's a rookie. You know what I mean? Like, let her focus on her game. I'm glad that, Shaq called her up and told her, keep it classy, keep it cute. Don't worry about it. I got it. And he said, now what? You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for somebody to pick on, don't go for a woman. Don't go for somebody, a whole lot younger than you. Just because you're retired and you're home and you're bored, don't, try to knock her off her game, mess with her focus, mess up her career because you're unhappy with your mediocre performance, back in your prime. Don't try to mess up her during her prime years, while she's excelling at her chosen sport and her profession. Pick on Shaquille O'Neal. Pick on somebody else who's retired, who was at the top of his game back then, but now he has his own podcast. And Shaq just doesn't have a podcast, right? Like Shaq, every other commercial on TV, Shaq, and he's selling, car insurance with the General. He's selling, he got his pizza going on Papa John's. Shaq is, he is a very impressive, businessman. He has, a portfolio that is very extensive. I think he was doing like some police work for a while. Then he went back to school, and he has his hands in, a whole lot of different things. So, with much respect to Shaq for standing up and actually, being somebody who is a protector of Angel Reese. All the hate that she gets, on this timeline, a lot of it, I feel, comes from jealousy. A lot of it, all, comes from, like Shaq said, these retired, middle-aged athletes who, I don't know, like if they're bored. I don't know if they are just um, upset at, seeing a black woman thrive. I don't know what the issue is. RG3, like I said, everything that I've heard from him, especially recently, has just been negative. I haven't heard anything positive come out of this man's mouth. Whether it's Shaq checking him, whether it's Ryan Clark checking him, whether it's, people online, you know, um, and the ratio on his feed is just like people asking what's his problem. Like, how pathetic do you have to be for you to be a retired professional yourself and um, coming after somebody who's so much younger than you are? Like, let this girl focus on her game. You know what I mean? And like Shaq said, if you want to talk sports, if you want to talk about somebody, talk about him. Go up against Shaquille O'Neal. I would say go up against somebody your own size, but we know he don't want that smoke, and that's the thing, right? All these older men trying to go after these young women, whether it's, sexually or not, it's predatory. If you got that much smoke, if you got that much, desire to trash talk, then trash talk to Shaq. Say what you got to say to him. Say what you got to say to, about Angel Reese to Shaquille O'Neal, because now she has somebody who is well respected in the game protecting her. And physically, RG3 does not want that smoke. Even though Shaq is retired, you know what I'm saying? He's still one of the tallest people on this planet. He's still a professional athlete, retired or not. You know what I mean? So he said, you got one more good time, and he's going to handle it. He's going to shut it down physically and, figuratively. as he needs to. I feel like I wish more older men would, step up and protect these young women. That's exactly what we need. We need more men like Shaquille O'Neal to step up and shut it down and say, don't even worry about it. She doesn't have to fight this battle against this bored, retired, middle aged man going after this young 20-something-year-old professional athlete. Shaq got it. He said, if you got something to say it to me. I'll handle it. But if you say something else, 2 shots to the throat. And I don't blame him. You know what I mean? I commend him. I wish more men would step up and do exactly what Shaq said, you know, that she has enough to worry about. Let her focus on her game. The timeline of a professional athlete is very short. RG3, if anybody should know that, he should understand that. Time flies. It goes quickly. You know what I mean? Like somebody just earlier today was saying that since this is 2025, we're already a quarter of a century. We're already a quarter of a century away from 2000, and it's like, wow. And we're just as far away from 2000 as 2000 was from 1975. And it's like, when you put it in that perspective, time flies. Time is flying. So I don't know how long Angel Reese is going to play professional basketball, or even if she'll want to, right? But just to put it in perspective, LeBron James, he's 40. I think Steph Curry is near 40 as well. So they have about right 20 years. Um, but Angel also, she was a college athlete as well, so she's in her 20s. So she doesn't even have a full 20 years ahead of her. Let her focus on her game. Why are you out here, talking about memes that would not have gotten half the traction or attention, depicting her as a monkey, which, that dehumanization tactic is tired. It is a tired, just ugly racist trope that they tried even with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's son, Archie. The British media compared him to a chimpanzee. And it's just like, at what point do people get tired of that? But people wouldn't have even been talking about it half as much if RG3 had let it die. If he would have just dismissed it as disgusting and moved on. But no, he had to try to, give it life and bring so much attention to it. And he's trying to make himself relevant off of the back of this young black woman. And it's like, sir, like Shaq said, your professional career as an athlete was not that great. So now you're trying to stay relevant from other athletes, and it's tired. You're not saying or doing anything positive to uplift these young people. All you're trying to do is tear them down. So Shaquille O'Neal, shout out to you. Big respect to Shaq. You guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Goodbye.